It is. No, it's Josie. I am coming on here to give y'all a message today, something that was in my spirit. Um, I have been just, living life. A few things have changed since I last came on. Those of y'all who may not know, my life has kind of sort of transitioned in a way, and I have been moving forward. There are some things that I have had to leave behind, and those things were very hard for me to leave behind. But I made a decision, y'all, in my mind that I was not going to allow anything to stop me or anything to block me from moving and doing what it is that I believe that I'm supposed to do. And so sometimes, y'all, you got to move forward despite uncomfortability or despite what you may feel like your path should have been. And I don't know who need to hear that, but go ahead and catch it while we on the roll. Somebody might have needed to hear that today. Like sometimes you got to understand that you might have had an idea about the way that you thought your life was supposed to go, but sometimes God will come in and intervene, or life happens, or things take place, and your before you know it, you look up and your whole life is totally different than what you planned out for it to be. And sometimes life just happened that way, and it's not always a bad thing. Sometimes redirection is the best thing for us. So um as y'all seen in the title, even though that's not what I was going to originally talk about, I was going to talk about how none of us are where we really want to be. A lot of times when we look at our lives, we feel like, man, I haven't accomplished this, or I haven't did that, or I might be in a season or in a place where I might feel like I'm not really achieving what I want to achieve, or life should have looked different for me. And I don't know about y'all, but for me, that's something that I can relate to. Like I felt like life should have went a different way for me by now. But of course, we got to take accountability. We got to realize that all of these things, make up of a summary of the decisions we made. And some of those decisions led us to be where we are. And that's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong is when we don't realize, like, hey, this decision led me here, and I need to do something different so that I don't lead myself back to this decision again. And sometimes that takes you doing more work than what you're willing to do. Sometimes it means that you have to cut people off, or leave a bad relationship, or leave a old situationship, or leave that job, or leave your parents' house, or leave a city, or leave a town, or whatever have you. But when I tell y'all that, girl, ain't none of us perfect, ain't none of us arrived, ain't none of us made it quite there yet where we think we ought to be. And yes, we are on a journey, but no, we have not all arrived to a destination. And I just want you to be encouraged today. As you know, I try to come on here and do these lives, every time I feel led to. I got a lot going on. Some stuff that I'll come back and share later, some stuff I don't feel like sharing, some stuff I will probably not share. But it's certain things that I know that'll help you along your journey, and I will come on and share. I feel like when you keep quiet and you have a level of discretion about you, that the enemy does not have a room to really just like send that extra warfare that you did not want. Sometimes we talk a lot, and when we start talking, then the warfare come on. Then you start going through all of this extra stuff that you wouldn't have probably went through if you would have just kept your mouth closed and not told nobody what your situation is. And that is the art of discretion. And so I ain't come on here to talk about all that, but I hope y'all caught the nuggets while I was flowing, okay? I hope that y'all caught the revelation while I was flowing. And so that's really it. All I came on here to do is just encourage you and just to let you know that, hey, you might not feel like you are where you're going to be, but keep getting up. Even if you fall, or press your way, even when you feel like you're not where you want to be. Because if you don't do nothing at all, I guarantee you, you're not going to get anything in return. So the best bet for all of us is to not be so hard on ourselves. Keep going even when you feel like quitting. Don't doubt yourself. Don't give up just because it's hard or it's difficult. That's the essence of perseverance and endurance. And that's something that God builds in us: endurance and perseverance in our hardships and in the things that we suffer. That's how we build that endurance and perseverance. So you've been through enough. You have been one of the toughest people that you know. You the one in the group that people be like, man, you the tough one. You the friend that people call on when they need strength. So I want you to be encouraged today. And just know that even you being a strong friend, even you being the leader, even you being the woman that's capable and able of doing great and wonderful things, don't mean that you won't have times where you look up and you be like, man, for real, I'm not really where I want to be. And that's okay. None of us are, because no matter where we go in life, no matter how high we go or whatever, we're still going to always have room to grow. We're still going to always have room to move or do or go higher, so to speak. So don't be so hard on yourself. Let this be a friendly reminder to you that you can do it, that you will succeed, that dream you've been having, that goal that you've been having, the things that you've been waiting to happen, so to speak. It's all finna get ready to unfold for you. God is going to do things in your life that's going to literally unfold for you in a way that you didn't even think was possible. But it starts with you being determined not to quit. You being determined that, yeah, year one didn't go as you planned it to. Year two didn't go as you planned it to. For all my entrepreneurs and business owners, we know how it is. We need capital to start our business. We need different things to get it up and running. And that may take time. That may take you getting stuff in order first and meeting the right people, meeting the right connections. I just got I believe it was God. But I just got a call that I've been waiting for, that was an answer to my prayers, but not just an answer to my prayers. It's been a long life dream. And I'm not walking in perfection. Okay. I'm not perfect. But at the end of the day, that call was literally a call that I had been wanting to do before I decided to go in onto a different journey or take a different path or move in a different direction and leave my past behind or whatever have you. And so I'm grateful for all that is being done. And I just look forward to whatever else God got in store for me. I look forward to moving forward and occupying everything that belongs to me. Will that take time? Yes. But we got to be patient because it's the journey. It's not about it's not even about all the things that you think it's really about. It's about the climb. It's about the endurance. It's about persevering. It's about you building character. It's about you building integrity. It's about you building something that will help you to stand when things get tough, when things get hard, when things get difficult. You're still able to stand. You're still able to keep moving because in that hardship, as you were climbing, you begin to build something on the inside of you that will sustain you for the rest of your life. And this is why the process is necessary. And I went on here to talk about the process, but we flowing. It's why the process is necessary, because when we begin to go through challenges and we begin to face different obstacles in our life, those things begin to build in us something greater. And we be too busy looking at the end goal instead of looking at the fact that, man, I'm being built. Man, character is being more made solid on the inside of me. Man, my mindset is being shifted. I'm beginning to build this level of confidence and trust that in myself that I didn't have before. Because as you continue to go, even despite the hardship, what you'll end up finding yourself doing is achieving and accomplishing those goals and accomplishing things that you once had a struggle with accomplishing, right? Because you kept pushing and moving. And so as you continue to push and move, your confidence in yourself will begin to increase. And the more your confidence in yourself increase, then you'll have the confidence to go on and do greater things. You'll have, oh, well, I was able to accomplish this and finish school, so that means that I'm also able to start my business. It's levels to the lifestyle. It's levels to life. And so I'm not where I'm going to be. Where I'm going to be in 2 months from now, right now, I'm going to be in a greater place. But right now, this is just where I am. But I'm growing. I'm moving forward. I didn't quit. I pat myself on the back. Today, I had me like this little cheering session. I had this cheering session today. And after I had that amazing phone call with this woman of influence that can help take me where I need to go. And when I tell you, it was everything that I needed to hear. It was, oh my God. So what I did to reward myself, I began to get up because it lit a fire under me. It lit a passion inside of me, because sometimes we think our dreams are dead, or sometimes we feel like, well, when will my life turn? Or when will there be a big break? But to me, like I was saying before, let me go back to what I was saying. So the woman, after she called me, we got off the phone call. It was an amazing phone call, something I had been waiting for, and it was life changing. And she called me, but after the phone call, I just began to celebrate and I began to affirm myself. You are the woman. Look at you. Like, pat yourself on the back, Josie. Look at everything that God is doing for you. Look at the things that you are accomplishing. Look at how you were able to, if you did the work in quiet, you did the work in secret, and now you positioned yourself to be able to receive the call that you got today. Like, it was amazing. And so I'm just so super grateful, like I said, for everything. And sometimes you got to stop, y'all, and just celebrate yourself. Sometimes you got to stop, y'all, and just clap for yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader. Baby, I put my Vito on. If y'all don't know nothing about Vito, I know I'm saved. I know I'm a Christian. I love God, but I also love other music. I am also a minister of music. So I love music. I love different genres, different, all of that. And so one of my favorite artists is Vito, and he got this song called You Got It. And I put that song on and I began to just speak to myself, affirm myself, and I just began to pour life into myself, because that is what's needed to continue to move forward, especially after a hard season or a hard life or things happening to you and it's tough. Then you get that break and it's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my freaking goodness. This is everything. But had I not did that work in the dark, had I not wrote out the things I needed to write out, focus on what I needed to focus on, put my focus on what I said I was going to do. When that lady called me and she began to ask me questions about what I needed and all of this and da-da-da-da-da, and I'm telling y'all, if I would have never positioned myself in the dark, when that woman called me on the phone to give me the news I've been waiting for, I would have never been in, hey sis, I would have never been in position. It would have felt like, if I would have never did what that woman told me to do, if I would have never got where in position in the dark, when that woman called me and began to ask me all of those questions and all of that about the things that I needed to have in order, I would have never been ready for that call. And so this is for somebody. Work in the dark, get everything you need to get, collect everything you need to collect, and begin to do the work in the dark. Maybe that look like you going back to school, put your head down, get to work and put in that work in the dark. Maybe that look like you starting a new business, or you starting a new career path, or you maybe want to venture out and do something different. You may want to start traveling, or whatever it is that you aspire to do. Begin to do that work in the dark. Don't wait for your prayers to be answered. Begin to prepare for what you prayed for. So when that call come, when that deal come, when that person that you have been waiting to blow your email up with the offer, then you would have already been in position to go ahead and accept that offer. So now it's up to you. I was blessed to be able to take that call and to know that, hey, this was an answer to my prayer. And like, I had just got done thinking about the very thing that had happened to me before the woman called me on the phone and told me the good news. I was already thinking about that thing. But before she called me with the good news, I was also working on myself. I was also working on that thing that I had been believing in God for. I was already preparing in preparation mode. And so this is for whoever it's for. Sometimes you got to pull back and you got to begin to work on the things in the dark. Instead of focusing your attention on what's not working for you, instead of putting your mind on things that ain't going to get you closer to your goals, instead of putting your mind on negativity, putting your mind on things that bring you down, putting your mind on things that pull your attention away from things that you know you're supposed to be doing, baby, sit down at your table, get your tea, get your latte, get your Starbucks, get whatever you need to get a pen, get your paper, write your vision out, write them goals down, and begin to put in the work in the dark. This turned into a whole nother message. Put that work in the dark so you can begin to see some results. Because it ain't going to just happen because you look good or because you love God or because you prayed hard or because you thought about it. No, manifestation, biblical manifestation is about faith with works. Okay, I ain't talking about no witchcraft stuff. I'm talking about biblical manifestation. Faith with works equals success. So if I'm behind the scenes putting in that work like God told me to on whatever it is I'm dreaming of, and not focusing on what Sue and them doing and how Johnny and them living and all of that, and worried about everybody else's business, worrying about myself, right? Putting myself where I need to be, focusing on my dreams, and my, even in a low season, even in a down season, even in a season where it looked like I'm not winning, I'm still winning. Because why? Why am I winning when I'm not even where I want to be? I'm winning because of the fact that I didn't take my focus off of my dreams. I didn't take my focus off of the vision God gave me. I'm winning because I'm successful in my own way. And you got to get to the point to where when you look at other people, they don't even matter. It's minuscule what other people think about you. When it comes to what you think about you, you know that that's the most important thing for you. And so you just focus yourself, refocus, get your focus back. It's okay to fall down. It's okay to have down seasons. It's okay to have down moments. It's okay for you to feel like I lost on that right there. But the key is that you don't quit. That's going to be the key. And so it's up to us. It's up to me. It's up to you. It's up to us to make different choices. Because everything ain't going to be perfect. Everything ain't going to always make sense to us. Everything ain't going to go the way we think it should go. But can you be determined enough that you won't quit, even when you feel like quitting? When I tell you it's not going to be easy, regardless of how you want it to be easy, I don't care how you want it to be easy, your goals and achieving greatness is going to require a sacrifice. That thing is not going to be easy just because you want it to be. Or you might be in a season where you're like, I'm trying, but I'm just not reaching my goal. That's the purpose of the push. That's literally what pushing means. It don't just mean praying until something happens. We know that's one formula of pushing to achieve your goals. But also pushing also means persevering until something happens. Meaning that you're going to press against the grain of your mind. You're going to also press in the middle of hardship. You're going to press despite what you feel, despite how uncomfortable this thing may be for you. That's also how we're going to achieve our goals. So as I encourage you, I encourage myself. As I encourage you, pour out to you, I'm also being filled up again within myself. Because I know it's not always easy to achieve stuff. And when we go through hardships, we be ready to throw in the towel and quit instead of refocusing in that hard season. And when you down, get yourself in a place where it's isolated and it's nobody else but you and your dreams, you and God, you and prayer, you and your determination, you and you and you alone. Sometimes we got too many people in our ear, too many voices speaking, and we can't hear what we ought to be doing because we're cluttered up here and we cluttered all around. So get by yourself. It's all right to start over. It's all right to have a dream. It's all right to have a goal. It's all right to not know what's next, but don't quit. Don't you drop out. Don't give up because you don't know the next step. I'm telling you, as a life coach, as a business coach, as a coach, as whoever you have aspired for me to be in your personal life to you see, whatever you see, I want you to know that right now is the time for you to start. It don't matter. Perfection is not the goal. Perfection equals paralysis, meaning that you're going to be paralyzed in your dreams and goals if you think that starting means I got to get everything right and I got to be perfect. Do you know how many entrepreneurs and how many women of impact and women of influence failed, dropped the ball, had to start over, had to recreate a new life, right? But they got up. They didn't allow the pressure to stop them. They allowed the pressure to push them. They allowed that pressure to excel them and propel them to the next dimension. You gonna fall. You gonna have those seasons, sis, where you feel like you just want to wilding out in life sometimes. It happens to the best of us. But will you be determined that even if I'm wilding out in this season and I had a little bad season or dry season, not to quit, not to give up, not to throw in the towel, because ain't nothing gonna be perfect. None of us are where we really want to be. And that's the reality of it. But what are you gonna do with what you know? I'm not where I want to be, but can I hustle? Do I have any grind in me? Do I have determination? Can I sit down by myself and it's just me and my pen and I'm strategizing on how to get to the next level? Come on, it's time to be in rooms even with other women. Women who already leveled up. They going where you at, where you want to be. They already there. They going where you decided to go. They going where you want to be. They already there. Are they walking on that same playing field as you? You got to catch up. You got to get in those rooms. You got to be in rooms with women who speak life into you so that you can begin to get empowered and activated. And every dream and every goal that was lying dormant in you can begin to awake. Why? Because of the fact that you got in the right room around the right people who had the right mindset, who wasn't shortchanging you, minimizing your greatness, stepping on you, sleeping on you. They sleeping on you, but you sleeping on you too. Baby, you in the wrong room. You got to get in a room with some giants. You got to get in a room with some real kingdom-minded women. You got to get in a room with women who they not lowballing themselves. So you know what a woman who ain't lowballing herself gonna do? She gonna level up the next woman because she know ain't no competition. It's no competition. We sisters. We ain't in competition. We business partners. We strategize about deals and brand deals, and we talk about money and finances and how we can get our money in order. That's what we talk about. We ain't around here talking about other women and gossiping and all of this low level fruit. Because that ain't going to get us nowhere. That ain't going to get you nowhere. I'm talking to every woman on here that's a leader. I'm talking to every entrepreneur. I'm talking to every woman who is a trailblazer. You the first to do it. You the chosen one. You know who you are. I'm on here talking to you to let you know. You might be in a low season. You might not be where you think you should be. But what are you going to do? That's the question. Yeah, we all in something we probably never thought we would be in. Hey, but we here. Come on, that's a reason to get up because you still living. You got breath in your body. You can't quit. Year 1, keep going. Year 2, keep going. Year 3, keep going. Year 4, keep going. Year 5, keep going until you get that break in your career, until you get that break in your heart, until you get the thing that you've been praying for. I don't care how long it takes. Just all I'm asking you, sis, to do is to keep going and to not quit. Can you do that for yourself? Absolutely, because you got everything it taking you to be great. I don't care what other people, what race they on and what path other people are on and what lane other people is in and all of that, baby. Focus on the lane you supposed to be on. You got one job. You got one job in this life. That one job may have an umbrella of multiple things, but you got one job, and that's to stay in your lane and to do what you're supposed to do. That's it. Stay in your lane and do what you are supposed to do. That's all that your job is. You ain't worried about the Joneses. You ain't keeping up with them. You ain't trying to have a lifestyle that you ain't got the money to fund for. You ain't trying to live be beyond your means and all of that. Live beneath your means. Focus on the race ahead of you. You got one job. You only got one job. It don't matter what it look like. People are going to say things about you regardless. People are going to be, even if you look at somebody else's lane and you be like, dang, they're all the way up there. Don't you know that person that you see all the way up there, don't you know where they started? They started right where you at. These same people that you applied and these same people that you look up to and these same people that you aspire to be and these same people that you cheering on and these same people that you wish that you could do what they do and all of that, and you looking at their lane, taking your focus off the lane you're supposed to be in, and you know where they started right where you are. So today I want you to be encouraged. Go to girlpluskingdomtv.org to book a session with me. I have a free 30-minute consultation, and you can book that so we can start talking, so we can work on your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, your vision, and anything that you need to work through in this season, because it's time for you to get up. It's time for you to persevere. It's time for you to push, and it's time for you to win. Do what you need to do. Go to girlpluskingdomtv.org, book your free consultation with me today so that you can begin to win and strategize and come up with Come up with a plan for your life so you can begin to move forward. If you don't know your purpose, I want you to go right now to my website and get my new 30 Day to Purpose book. That book is going to help you to not only position yourself to win in life, it's going to help you to begin to align yourself for who you really are, figure out who you are, figure out what you put here to do, and do it with power, greatness, and move, speed, all of that. It's time for you to win. And so get up. Get in your lane, find your purpose, discover your path of destiny, get in the place where you're supposed to be. Ain't nobody gonna come for you. You gotta choose to get up for yourself. That's the one thing I figured out. No matter how much I prayed, how much I fasted, how much I believed God for something different, nothing came to me until I decided, Josie, you gonna have to make a difference. You're going to have to heal your pain. You're going to have to heal from that trauma. You're going to have to heal from what they said, what mama did, what daddy did. You're going to have to discover what's inside of you, unlock that lioness inside of you, and you're going to have to work on yourself and get your mind right. And until I start doing that, nothing changed. I don't care how much I read the Bible. I don't care how much church I went to. I don't care how many women's conferences I went to. Nothing changed until I decided enough was enough. I'm finna find my purpose. I'm finna put my head down, get my pen and my paper, and begin to strategize and come up with a plan. You think it's all about church? Because it's not. It's not all about church. God is number one, but it's not all about church. This thing that we walking in, this life we live, it's all about purpose. It's all about intentionality. It's all about us making a decision that, hey, there's something else in this life. Now, if you don't want that, that's up to you. I'm not here to judge you on what you want in life, what you don't want. I'm on my way. I have not arrived. So I'm not here to judge anybody. All I'm saying is that if you want your ticket out, if you want a way out, if you want to discover your purpose, if you want to understand the path that you are supposed to be on, you struggling right now to do that, go to girlpluskingdomtv.org, get my book so that you can begin to get in alignment with your God vision and with your purpose and unlock the power within you. So if that's you, go ahead and run on and do that now. Book a 30-minute consultation with me if you want to come up with a purpose, if you want to come up with a strategy or a plan so you can get in alignment with your God ideas. I want you to go ahead and do that. It's free, 30 minutes. It's a 30-minute free consultation. You can do that now. So I love y'all. I'll come on here when I feel led to. I don't always just come on here every day, every week, because I don't want to. Honestly, I'm not that type of person that goes against the grain of who I am. I'm not gonna lie. So if I'm being true to me, just like I tell y'all to be true to y'all, I'm not gonna come on here every day, probably not every week. But when I do come on, I know that it's gonna be fire for you. So I love y'all with the love of God. Be encouraged, be strengthened. Go back, watch this video from the start, and I'll talk to y'all good people later. Bye, y'all.